ti dirò la verità. Sì, io sarò come tu vuoi.
All right. What's Roma, Gigio?
Ciao ragazzi, Peter.
We're from Roma Club Philadelphia. We're going to talk a little bit about the game from this past weekend. Talk a little Spezia coming up, but we'll get into the game right away.
Well, first, can we get into something else right away?
Yeah.
First, Lazio merda, Napoli merda, bye-bye. Happy to say Lazio got eliminated at home today against Porto, and Napoli, in classic Spalletti fashion, crumbled at home to Barcelona, the worst Barcelona in probably the last 50 years, so ciao ciao.
The March meltdown begins.
Early. Oh, you're right, yeah, a week early. We can't really talk. We started our meltdown in November?
I was just looking at score lines, and I was like, you know what, December was pretty good, right?
And it wasn't that good, so it shows you what in relation to the rest of the season.
We had some pretty good wins there, but yeah, I mean, we have been exposed. Roma has been exposed, I think, over this past month, really. And, you know, I think we all were like, okay, there's something here, there's some quality here, you know, there's pieces here that could work. But this team has came out in that first half and totally exposed themselves. I mean, in post-game interviews, they're all saying, not prepared, not prepared. What does that mean, not prepared, right?
It's, I guess, you know, mental preparation for the game. Tactically, it would be an attack on Mourinho. I don't know what they mean by not prepared, but you were saying that might have been the worst first half of the season. I'm going to say it was the worst first half in a decade at least.
It was terrible.
It reminded me of those last few games with Rudy Garcia when the players had just packed him in and wanted him gone. Before that, it reminded me of the last game under Ranieri when we were up 3-0 against
But I think
Genoa.
The only thing these players are doing is just they're writing their own funerals.
You know, one thing
Because Mourinho's not going anywhere, I think all these guys are just they're going to be out of here. Whoever isn't making it.
Yeah, it was interesting. Filippo Biafora, who's one of a respected journalist in Rome, meaning that he doesn't just, you know, shoot out fantasy names and all this nonsense. He was the one that reported earlier this week there's a group of players that are unhappy because... Sorry, I'm looking at my dog. Unhappy because they haven't had their contracts renewed, and I think, you know, the collective...
Only one person's contract should be renewed. Zaniolo. That's it.
Yeah, absolutely, I agree with that, but Mancini hasn't been... Has he watched himself? Is he that out of touch with reality? Veretout, all of these guys, but who knows what the truth is. One thing that I found a bit heartening for once was they interviewed Diego Tavano, who is Eduardo Bove's agent. And he was saying how convinced he is of the Friedkin's project. I'm assuming Pinto and Mourinho told him a little more than maybe what's out in the public sphere. So that was something, for anyone that wants to read it, it was on Il Romanista, but if you just Google Diego Tavano interview, it'll give the Romanisti some hope.
That actually, I didn't know that, and that gives me hope.
Yeah, I'm like, really? He's convinced. We
need glimmers of hope to keep us going. Yeah. I mean, the glimmers of hope came from Bove and Volpato. I mean, if it comes to this season, just putting out Primavera guys,
I think,
you know what?
Every Romanista out there is saying, I don't care their age, their pedigree, give us 11 people that want to run, because it was the first 65, 70 minutes were the worst we've seen.
These guys that are out there that are getting paid $3-4 million a year can't cut it. Cut out the kids that are getting paid $80 grand a year, whatever they're getting paid.
Take the loss, because look, we're
obviously they want to play, and they're going to
very much looking at another year without European football, maybe not even Conference League. But those last 20 minutes were pretty exciting.
Oh yeah, wow. You had all the young guys out there. It was half the team was under 20 years old.
Yeah, Volpato's teenager. I think Bov is 20 now, but it was Zalewski's 19, I think. So it was very exciting last 20 minutes, which brings us to our next topic. Mourinho, Pinto have been suspended for 2 games and 2 or 3 weeks respectively for telling Pairetto that Juventus had sent him. And as...
Calciopoli. all over. It's like,
Well, interestingly,
connection,
you
right?
saw who Paretto's brother works for.
Yeah.
He's the head of stadium revenue for Juventus. His father, as everyone knows, was banned for life for Calciopoli. Apparently, his grandfather was a unsavory character too. So, the Parettos have a long, not complicated, but they're very much part of the palazzo, as we say in Italy, the system.
Right.
So, but that being said, G, what I want to say...
Mourinho, being from, coaching Inter into 2010s, I'm just thinking, he really knows the history.
Oh, yeah,
All the
absolutely.
Calciopoli. And you have to wonder if he sat down with, like, the Freakins and, like, lectured them, right? He, like, schooled them on everything. And then you wonder if what the Freakins are thinking, right?
We have no idea what they're thinking,
Right?
but
Does Mourinho have free reign to get suspended like
I
that?
think it
Or
was.
Do you think the Freakins are like upset, or do you think that they're just like they're like this is Mourinho, this is what Mourinho's got to do?
I think it's what we need to do. They don't want to be the ones to say it.
Right.
They're new. They're still learning the system.
Right.
Mourinho has a past in Serie A.
Right.
I think a lot of that past is why the referees have given us such a hard break this year. So as we were saying, that I think it wasn't a heat of the moment. I think Mourinho was waiting for the opportunity to do this. The telephone sign was pretty unequivocal in my part. But for once, Joe, I'm not going to blame the referee for that tie.
No.
There's no way to go down to nothing.
No way.
If we find ourselves in a position to lose, the referees and the league will do everything to push that through. That being said, Paretto had no business stopping play. That's, in the rule books of Italian soccer.
Yeah.
Yet he was doing it anyway. Would we have scored a third goal? It looked like it was coming, but our fault for going down 2-0 at home.
Definitely not enough extra time put into.
4 minutes.
I mean that was.
If that was Juventus in front of us, instead of us, they'd still be playing now 3 days later.
I mean, when you do the math of all the substitutions, all the stoppage of plays, red cards.
Yeah, it was.
I mean, you're looking at minimum 6 minutes.
Absolutely. But that's Roma for us. We always make jurisprudence in Italian soccer. They throw the book at us. Mourinho's phone gesture got him 2 games. Bonucci putting his hands on an official got him a $10,000 fine, no suspension. So, we're talking about nothing and talking about everything all at once. It's not.
I have to say though, as not as great a season as we're having, I am the most entertained I have been in years.
It's been entertaining. I mean, it's that roller coaster. But, all said and done, I was really happy to see the boys get the tie, especially the goals from the 2 youngsters. That was great. Now we have Spezia, Zaniolo's hometown, team that's not doing well at all. We're on the road, but...
You have to wonder now if Volpato and Bove are going to get a little more time after they had such a nice little turn.
What I said directly after the game, G, and I'll repeat it here, is... They deserve more minutes.
Yeah.
I wouldn't start all 3 or 4 of them. Out of the 3, I would say Bove is the most ready. He's the eldest of the 3, and he's also had the most minutes. He's been training with the first team all year, so technically he's not a Primavera player.
You think Mourinho should keep going with Felix?
No. He was...
I agree.
That was the worst 60 minutes.
Yeah. I think we kind of agree that Felix is definitely more super sub.
Super sub. He has
70th
pace
minute.
and he has energy, and that's...
Come on, just start burning all the tired legs.
Yeah, but what's the word here I'm looking for? Ingenuo. He's a little naive when he's out there on the pitch, and it's a lack of experience, and that's what we're seeing. But we were missing 9 players last week.
Yeah.
This week, everyone's back, right? Mickey trained with the team. Shomurodov's back to ride the bench. Elsha's back.
That's great.
Mancini's back from suspension.
Okay, so I remember last week I was like, this before we found out about COVID, I was like, this is the week where things will we're gonna start hitting our stride.
This is a week now,
This
right?
is the week now. We will hit our stride. We're gonna win this week.
I think we're
gonna go
big.
into Atalanta. We're gonna win down there.
Come here.
And I think things will start coming together.
I do. I think we're going to see 2 goals from Zaniolo. I say we win on the road 3-1.
Yeah, no, I like it. 3-1.
You heard it here. Now you're out of town this weekend.
I'm out of town. No meetup this weekend. But we'll reconvene the following week.
We'll suffer from our couches.
And get ready for the Derby, because we're going to have a big turnout for the Derby. We're going to have a lot of giveaways, a lot of raffle prizes, some really great stuff. Plus, maybe a potential message from Roma HQ. We'll see.
We'll see. Ciao ragazzi.
Ciao.
Forza Roma.